Hi there, I'm Dan Weedin. Welcome to my yard. Today's Weedin Unleashed is coming to you live on site. I'm outside the house. It's a beautiful day. Well, it's not beautiful, it's just not raining. Here in my house near Seattle, and you're in the yard. You can see the green belt behind me. That's my backyard. And there's a reason I'm coming to you outside from my yard, and I'll get to that in a minute. Number one, thank you for joining me here on Periscope. You may also be watching me later on my YouTube channel. Thank you for doing that. I very much appreciate it. And if you are here on live, you can send me questions during the day. I'll do my best to answer them and catch them. You can send those hearts. You can do whatever you'd like on that. I just want to know that what I'm talking about is of interest to you. So thank you for joining me. Today's Extra Points is about opportunity. And that's what I've named this Weedin Unleashed Periscope. It's about being opportunistic. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to wake up dreading the day, or you're going to wake up feeling opportunistic about the day. Now, Mondays, which we are today, a lot of people will wake up dreading not only the day, but dreading the week ahead. Going back to work, whether you own the business, or an executive in the business, work there as an employee, whatever, it's like you're waking up and saying, oh my gosh, it's another day and I'd rather just stay in bed. I'd rather stay home. I wish the weekend was still on. Any of you ever feel that way? Well, when Captain Jack, my Jack Russell Terrier, when he gets up in the morning and goes out, now I don't send him out into that yard, but he gets a chance to go out in the yard, and that's part of his morning routine. His routine, he doesn't look at it as so routine. What he does is he looks at it with opportunity. You see, dogs sense things most by their olfactory senses, their sense of smell. And he smells something new every day. So it's not waking up in the morning with him dreading going out. He senses opportunity. He can smell it. He can literally smell opportunity in the air. Unfortunately, for too many of us humans, we don't smell opportunity in the air. We see, because we use our eyes more, and we sense more with our eyes, we see the same old, same old. Now, I have a theory on why we dread things. We as humans might wake up and dread the day, dread the week ahead. There's three reasons why you would dread. Number one reason is you're bored. You wake up in the morning and your first sense of the day is, this is the same old routine. It's the same old thing, and I'm going to be bored. There's no challenge in your life. You don't feel rewarded in any way. You feel bored. And what happens is then you look at the day and you just dread. Reason number two is you don't like what you're doing. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur or not. You need to love and have a passion for what you're doing. If you don't, you're going to spend the majority of your life, because most of us spend time working the majority of our life. You're going to be spending the majority of your time unhappy, and that's no way to be unleashed. So number two is you don't like what you're doing. Number three is, and I think this happens to a lot of people, you don't feel like you have control. You don't feel like you have control of your day, and so you dread. When you feel like you have full control, there's a chance to be opportunistic. So let's look at those three again. Number one, you're bored. And if you're bored, I would tell you, go out and find something, either within that job or outside of that job, that's going to challenge you. Because we all want to be challenged and we all want to have fun. Number two is you're not doing the job you want. Depending on where you are in your life, if it's your first job, you're probably going to have many more. But if you're in the midst of your career, you need to go find something that you love to do. Find a new yard. And then number three is you have more, you don't feel like you have any control. And I'm going to tell you, you have more control than you think. One of the stories that I tell on a regular basis is when I was on a school board here, on the local school board, I had gotten to a point after about 4 or 5 years where I felt a loss of control. And the loss of control came from people outside in the community that I thought were very negative and had formed some sort of a negative alliance in general. And I talked with them, I'd worked with them, and it wasn't coming to fruition. I was not having fun. And so I dreaded everything about the position, which was a volunteer position. Even though I thought I was doing some good work there, it was a volunteer position, and I was dreading everything from opening the emails, dreaded going to meetings, just wasn't having any fun because I'd lost control. Well, the reality is, I'm going to switch hands here. The reality is that I had more control than I thought. The control I had was I didn't have to do this anymore. And so I took control of what I didn't think I had, and I resigned. And I resigned a year early. And it's turned out to be the best thing I could have ever done, because my view of being opportunistic completely changed. I didn't have that dread anymore. So it can be not feeling control in one area of your life. It can also feel not being in control in more areas of your life. Let's see if anybody's here. So anyway, you see what I mean? You have more control than you think. So as I end here in the yard, I just want to remind you that if you're bored, if you don't like what you're doing, and you feel like you have no control, none of those work for leading an opportunistic, unleashed life. You need to change that. And there's ways to go about doing that. One of the ways, you can keep following me, keep following my blog, keep following my YouTube channel, and all of the things that I do. My hope is to give you resources to help you with that. And speaking of resources, really quickly, I'm really excited because 1 week from tomorrow will be the unveiling of a new digital learning experience based on my book, Unleashed Leadership. The 1 week from tomorrow is only going to go to people, though, who sign up now to get that sneak peek. The bonus gift for that is you're going to get a guide, a cheat sheet on how to uncover 30 minutes a day, time management type stuff. And the good news is if you save 30 minutes a day, you're saving 10 days a year. It's like having vacations, discretionary time. So you can go to my website, www.danweedin.com. That's DANWEEDIN.com. And you can go to where it says Unleashed Universe. Click on that. It'll take you to a page where you can sign up, get the cheat sheet, and then get the sneak peek that comes out next week for my Unleashed Universe. That's going to be premiering here in about a week. So I hope that you do that. Other than that, you can subscribe to my newsletter there as well. Lots of free resources, including this video when I'm all done. So if you've liked what you've heard, click a couple of those hearts and let me know that I'm talking about the right thing. Thank you for joining me. Final thoughts on this. The yard is yours. You are opportunistic in your own yard. In order to be unleashed, you need to think from an opportunistic mindset. That means you have to remove the dread from your life. Stop being bored. Stop doing what you don't like doing. Get into a position, into a role, into a job, into a career that you have a passion about, and take control of those things that you can really take control of. And you can start by doing it today, by controlling your time, controlling your priorities, and controlling what it is you do. I'm Dan Weedin. This has been fun. The next Periscope, next planned Periscope, is a week from today at 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern. I'll have a new topic based on whatever extra points is that day. So please plan on joining me, and I look forward to seeing you then. Until later, ciao.